Why do so many people argue about money? Is money one of the biggest causes of relationship breakups? And is there even a solution when this happens? Well, my name's Dr. Rohan Weerasinghe. I've been doing this for 35 years, working with couples and working with people in this field. And I remember in 2008, 2009, 2010, during the recession, BBC Radio Midlands used to interview me. And one of the questions that came up was around this very subject to do with relationships. And this lovely image I've got behind me, if I just move down for a minute, there you go, showing couples looking a little bit stressed. Let's tackle those questions and let's just get into this. So stretch the neck out, get yourself ready. So first of all, why? Let me put this up on the screen. I think this will really help you. What I've discovered with working with thousands of people over the years is, number one, it's generally to do with a misalignment of value. So one person might value security. I don't want to take any risks. I want to just stay secure, leave the money in the bank. And that might be one partner. Let's say it's a husband and wife couple. And the husband's like, no, honey, we can't try anything. And I want to just stay here and do this. And I teach people a lot in this world where they want to try different things and start a business and maybe expand. And of course, the other half's like, no, let's just hang on to absolutely everything. If we just hold on to this mast here, this is a ship that we're on. Surely we're going to be safe here. But what they don't see is the ship is sinking. Might be the career or the job. Whereas the other person's value, so one is security, the other one is variety. They want challenge, they want opportunity. And so in this case, for example, husband and wife, the wife goes off and says, well, I want to try a business, honey. I want to start this. So what if we do this? And there's this conflict start to happen where one person's trying to batten down the hatch and hold on to everything. And the other person, they can still love each other, but they're just misaligned in their attitude to money and what they want to try and do. One might want to spend to invest into education or, I don't know, a new business. And the other one's like, no, you can't do that. We've got to leave the money in the bank. But honey, the money's not making us any money in the bank. It's in fact the interest rates are so low and inflation is so high. We need to get it out and work harder. So the first thing is always misalignment of values. It's not that people don't love each other, but their beliefs and their values around money are misaligned, and so you get this conflict, and it swells, it grows, and it becomes this huge argument that can get into, in some cases, lead to divorce and breakup. And funnily enough, I remember 2010, I think it was, I was looking at, there was an article in The Guardian that showed whenever there was a recession, there was generally an increase in the number of divorces. And we saw actually through COVID, there was a large number of divorces happened. And people going through monetary challenges, they have these clashes. Number two, past pain. I saw my ex-wife do this. I saw my ex-husband do this. My parents did this. So 2 and 3 are very closely linked. If one person in that relationship has had really bad experiences with money in the past in a particular area, like, I don't know, starting a business or seeing a friend or a family member or parent try a business and they saw it lead to disaster, they will experience that pain, bring it into their experience of the world. Now it becomes their belief system, and they see the husband or the wife, partner, whoever, whatever the partner is, go off and try something, go, no, you can't do that. And then they get into these arguments. Or possibly spending habits where one person is more relaxed around spending money, because you get savers and spenders in relationships as well. And you got the spender wanting to go out and buy things. Sometimes the buying of things is to make themselves feel better because they're having a bad experience. They're going through pain. They're worried about, because when people get worried and nervous and anxious, they try and fulfill their other needs of like feeling calmed down and relaxed. And it's a bit like the whole eating chocolate, but they'll go and spend. And that's their way of calming themselves and making them feel a bit better and more secure. Whereas somebody who's more security driven will just go and leave the money and lock it away and not touch it. Bang, we've got a clash. And of course, what did we see our parents do? And that's a real painful one, isn't it? Oh, my mum did this, my dad did this. And so if we've got a scar, an old emotional scar from when we were younger, I call them significant emotional events. And I've had this myself, seeing this in my own parents. And you see this conflict that happened in your parents, you will often try and do the opposite to avoid that conflict. And if you see your partner, the person you care about, starting to behave in a certain way that reflects what your parents did, you go, oh, red lights come up, and then it starts a clash. And then you ultimately end up perpetuating the same arguments that maybe your parents had. Something to be really mindful of. Okay, so is there a solution, Dr. Rowe? Yes, there is. Let's have a look at this. 4 things. I'm going to go through it very quickly with you. I'll try and wrap this up in the next minute or two. So listen to your partner. Listen to the language they use. Ask yourself a simple question. What's he or she trying to say to me? Maybe there's fear coming up and they're telling you about, my mum and dad did this, or I watched my friend do this, or I'm just nervous because if we do this and if we do that, What about our mortgage? We can't pay our bills. What about the kids? And so the fear is usually attached to something being lost or a failure, or it's possibly linked to something your parents did or something they witnessed or experienced with somebody else. So you've got to be finding out from them what that fear is, and then what do they need? They might say, I just need to know that you're not going to spend all our money. You're not going to blow it all, honey. Or I just need to know that we're going to have money in the pot for when this happens, or when you lose your job, or when we hit the winter months and the bills go up. Or I just need to know that you're not going to blow everything in the account. I want to be able to see what you're doing and you share it with me rather than just go off and willy-nilly spend it. So when you find out what their needs are, you then provide a solution to that. And 9 times out of 10, when somebody's got a fear and a block around money, and you can show them that they've got security is the biggest thing we all want. Maslow talked about it many years ago. Maslow hierarchy of needs, the basic foundation to that is security. When somebody wants security, if you can provide security through a reassurance or showing them you're not going to blow the money, spend it, all the things on the left-hand side over there, or right-hand side over there, if you can fulfill those needs and listen to what they're saying, they're going to relax. It won't be a solution to everything, but the conversations won't be so stressed. And if you're keeping them informed, or you're making decisions about spending, you should find that it tones down the pressure, and now you can have a sensible conversation and just say, look, next time you're concerned, let's flag it up early rather than bang, we get a big pressure cooker. So listen, identify what their fears are, understand what they need, and how can you find a solution to fulfill that need so they don't get worried about this aspect of money in the relationship, because you ultimately love each other. And remember that's the most important thing. These are to do with values and beliefs, which is slightly different. It's Dr. Rowe signing out. Hopefully that helps. I shall see you on the next message that I share with you about this particular subject, which is coming up a lot at the moment. As you can imagine, it's a really big topic. A lot of the events that I'm running, people are having conflicts with their partner, and so we need to tackle this subject. See you soon.